We see a lot of patients that come into our office that have lost hope. They've been told that this is just the way it's going to be. Just keep taking X, Y, and Z and live with it. You do not have to accept that. Your body can heal itself. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily happen to a lot of people because they're not given the right advice and they're not pointed in the right direction. So I'm going to help do that for you today. 2 things for your body to heal itself. You're going to need a proper working gut and a proper working brain. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Both of these have got to be working correctly. Let's start in your gut. Let's look at a couple things. We're going to look at inflammation. We're going to look at blood sugar. We're going to look at anemia. We can look at autoimmune disorders and so forth. So here's what I mean by that. If you are someone that suffers from irritable bowel syndrome or diverticulitis, or you have constant bloating and constipation, diarrhea, whatever the case may be, your gut is not in health. We've got to get your gut in health. If your gut is not in health, your body is not going to be able to heal itself because your gut produces systemic inflammation throughout your whole entire body. There's things that we eat that break our gut down. If we start to break our gut down where we are absorbing, we are allowing macromolecules to get through into our bloodstream, it's going to also break your brain down. I'll make another video on that later. But when you are having these issues, it is going to amplify the way you feel. So if you have chronic pain, guess what? You're going to have more pain than you should be. So we've got to look at inflammation. We've got to make sure that you are in proper homeostasis with blood sugar. We need to make sure that you're not suffering from anemia. And anemia can stem from the gut. It doesn't necessarily have to be an iron problem. If you have an autoimmune disease, you absolutely need to have your gut working properly. Why? Because 80% of your immune system is in your gut. It's absolutely critical to pay major attention to the way your gut is and the state of health that your gut is actually in. The other thing we want to look at is your brain. 2 things. We need proper fuel and activation. Now, fuel is broken down into 2 things. It's broken down into oxygen and glucose. So again, we need proper levels of blood sugar. That's going to fuel our brain along with the oxygen that we breathe. That is the fuel that we need. Then we got to activate it once we have it, right? Activation is going to come in the form of stimulus, okay? So you have your 5 senses that you have. That is all activating your brain 24/7. You can also exercise. Exercise is going to be critical for activation. Once you do that, you can start to repair the way your brain actually functions. So you've got to have a proper working brain. You've got to have a gut that is in health. When you do that, your body will heal itself way faster than you think it will. Take an athlete, for example. These athletes are incredible at how fast they are able to repair their bodies. Why? Because they are in health, right? They're a prime specimen. Their gut is in health. Their brain is working well. They're exercising 24/7, so their bodies will heal very fast. If you're somebody that is suffering from a chronic problem, you got to work on these 2 things. That is where you're going to really start to see success in the way you feel. So if somebody tells you that this is just the way it's going to be, don't believe them. Take control of your life. Do something about it, okay? Thanks for watching this video, guys. I'll see you on the next video.